All right. Can everyone hear me? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you can hear me. All right. Appreciate thank you, Doctor, for actually having us. Appreciate it. Can you guys see my screen? Is most important.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Awesome sauce. All right. So welcome everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Sergeant Tony Reid. My partner Grace Canwell could not be here right now, but she's here in spirit. All right. So we are the Drone Cadets. Let's get into it. Drone Cadets, our mission is to help break the chains that bind so many by offering an incentive and alternative to the high cost of college through drone training. We're dedicated to helping build the ethics and character of our youth while feeding the fertile young minds of our world's future leaders. So that is our mission, very big into underserved communities, very big into educating them and getting them the opportunities that they deserve by being exposed to drone technology. All right. So what about me? All right. Why did I start this company? Well, I'm from the law enforcement side. I used to work in Rikers Island here in New York. It's a prison here in New York City that we hold all the bad inmates, all the bad people. But I work with the young people, 15 years old to 18 years old. And recidivism, we see a lot of young minorities getting incarcerated here throughout the jails, and there's no programs, right? Corrections department is supposed to be used to correct your actions so you do not return back to jail. That was not the case. They were returning to jail. So me being the man that I am, military served 12 years in the military with UAVs as well. I got the opportunity to be exposed to technology like this, right? So I took my my skills, and I asked the question, what if I could break the chains? What if I could save many lives by exposing them to this technology? So what I did was take a curriculum, take my experience, and I combined the two by starting a cool company called Drone Cadets. And now we've all trained about 1,000 students of Drone Cadets worldwide. We are a worldwide organization with STEM tools from drone. We got all types. We got the drone app we're going to show you. We got the VR app. We got the learning management system online. We have in-person classes. They're building, coding, repairing drones. These kids, you need to catch them young, catch them now, so that they won't go, off to the, to the streets, selling drugs or doing something that's, definitely not in what you would want them to be in their future. So cool thing that happened this year was that we were accredited by STEAM.org. That's a big stamp of approval by those guys. They looked at our curriculum, looked at our goal, looked at our mission, and exactly was like, you guys are ready to rock and roll throughout the world. And this is something that schools take on, after school programs, nonprofit organizations take on, camps, you name it, we have done it. So our audience range, right? We range from 8 years old. Got to start them young, fresh, get them while they're out there, because kids today have so many questions. So you want to be able to get them at that young age because they're super engaged. And then with that being exposed, we have a huge pipeline. We have a teenage program that we teach. Here in the US, 16 years old, you can get your Part 107, your certification, which is really, really something to get you started, start working in the field. And then we have an adult program where we teach the adults so that they actually can be exposed and then get taught and then get hired. We have companies that we have on our education role that we've signed partnership roles with, and they take them and hire them or take them as interns. Our Drone Cadets program, right, which is great. We have a drone flight school, which starts there. You got to get coding, you got to get taught all the FAA rules and regulations. You got to get inside of it. We have to be able to teach you the basics first. And then we have have a drone cadets. We have a drone soccer team now, which is really engaging, from 6th grade to 12th grade, which is pretty cool. And then we have our Drone Cadets Drone Racing Club. We just had 2 weeks ago, we had our drone race for the finals, and we kicked butt. We kicked butt here in New York. We had to go against some other states and other schools, which was really cool. Like again, drone flight school, right? All ages, entry level, prerequisite, delivered either online. We do it through Zoom. COVID has taught us that we had to, one, we had to elevate. We had to make sure that we could serve everyone throughout. So what we had to do was we made a cartoon series, right? We have a cartoon series now that goes along with LMS, a learning management system, so that you can literally follow along. Kids could watch all our episodes. They could follow along, or we could do in person. So we have to go through the safety, the rules, theory, the practice. You have to go through everything in order for you to understand what we're delivering here. And that's what we have with our drone cadets flight school. The scalable content we have, like I said, it was animated series, fully enamored. We literally have so many episodes. We're making more episodes day in, day out, because we want to make sure we're keeping up with the content, keeping up with what's going on in the world, throughout locally, and in the communities. We got to make sure every kid understands and every person understands what drones are all about. Still, a lot of people to this day are not familiar with drones. So why not utilize and start a huge cartoon series to get them, focused on it, We go through the real world examples, being a full-time drone pilot as myself, I take photos and access data. I'm utilizing it with power line inspections, military, animal conservation, thermography. We're really big into bridge inspections. We are very, very engaged with the professional side of drone technology. So that's why, we have to be able to show the kids, hey, this is what I was doing this weekend, guys. This is what it is. This is your future. So, gotta keep it relative, gotta keep it focused, and we gotta keep it on target with these kids so they know, hey, this is a real thing. We're not playing games. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to show you, give you the tools you need to be prepared. So cool things that we started coming out with. I have a book series right now for the kids, Adventures of Drone Panda, Adventures of a Panda the Drone Safety Bear. Just came out with a second book, just keeping up with what's going on in the world, right? Keeping the kids very, very focused and inclined. We have a textbook that goes along with our learning management system done by my partner, Grace. So we're literally just keeping on the rolls, education, reading, keeping everything in that full circle so everyone can be a part of it. We have a mascot. His name is Panda the Drone Safety Bear. And we dress up. I dress up as Panda. I go into schools, we dress up so that kids could get to know a character. And we're all about safety, safety, safety. And, it goes into them. We read books. We get into drone missions, exposing these kids. So we have something really, really cool to, associate themselves with. Everyone loves SpongeBob. Everyone in the world loves SpongeBob. So this is our SpongeBob, Panda the Drone Safety Bear. It's just for the kids and for everybody else to definitely get involved with. All right. Like I said, we have a Drone Cadets app. An app is available on the on the Android store, the iOS store. We have a Steam application coming out for PC version that's out. So this is a free app, free for everyone. We have augmented reality in it, giving the kids a real sense. If you can't afford a drone, this is what it is. We put every drone that we want, we start with the Tello drone, and it's what we're doing. We're putting the drones in here so they can fly it, you can use it. We have drone missions. We have multiplayer mode where they can go against each other. We have so many updates coming to it, like the blockchain, NFTs are going to be able to collect. So we're literally making this a universe of our own. Drone Cadets is a huge universe of a lot of things that technology is taking on, and we are going to be a part of it. And we want the kids to be a part of it, and they can understand what their future's looking like. So, when you get a chance, go ahead, download the app. It's free on the App Store, Google Play Store, Steam. It's there. And if not, email me. All right, which is pretty cool. Another thing, virtual reality, which is a very big thing in the world right now. Education's using it, companies are using it. We have adopted it. We have a VR app coming out for drone cadets that mimics the same Drone Cadets phone app. So we'll have that come out February 2022. We'll make a huge announcement. We have a demo already out for the Drone Cadets app. We can give you that. You can literally go into our world. It's going to be on the Oculus. We'll have it on other versions of platforms. So if you want it, we got it. Come on down and fly within us, get trained, learn all the aspects of drone technology from your fixed wing side to your quadcopter side. So we literally get really, really into it with this VR because that is the next source of training. And we don't know what's going to go on with COVID. So we have to make sure everyone still is being educated no matter where you are. So we want to make sure this is open to everyone. All right. We're really big into the current rules, right? Here in the United States, we have what they call the trust. Very, very important for recreational flyers. Doesn't matter how old you are. So, hobbyists, all your enthusiasts, you have to be able to pass the trust exam here in the United States. It's just, hey, it's free. It's just in case, you need to know what the current rules are, right? You need to be able to be educated. So what we do, we teach every student about the trust. They take the exam, 25 questions. You take it, you pass it, you hold it. And in case you get either stopped by local police or an FAA representative here, you have to show it so that they know, hey, this person's been educated. They know exactly where they can fly, where they cannot fly, what the current rules are for local, federal guidelines. And this is what we teach, and this is what we want. We literally, we encourage people to take this so that they know what to expect here in the U.S. All right, we go through the FAA safety rules and regulations. We have a public service announcement that we showcase to all our kids, all our students. This is available on Venmo and YouTube, just getting you literally started on what the basic rules are, getting you really, really started with this so that, hey, you understand what's going on. All right, we have a huge drone cadet oath. Every time you enter in our classroom, we want to build up those soft skills and ethics of you, making sure that you know what to do, making sure you're doing the right thing, even when no one's watching, building that character and the ethics of the soft skills is very, very important here, especially for this generation. A lot of it, I think we've lost our way. So we're trying to bring that back, of that soft skills, because, being a drone pilot, it's about being a person. You got to literally, gotta know what's going on. You still got to have your manners, you got to understand what ethics, what to do, what's right, what's wrong. So we make sure every day, we make sure our kids, our students understand, safety's first. You go through the 10 cadet oath and making sure you're always following the rules. Integrity is very, very big for us. All right, we go through preparing the launch, pre-flight checklists, procedures. You have to be able to teach these kids procedures, if you were a pilot, I know we have a lot of pilots here, you wouldn't just jump into a plane, and just fly off. No, there's checks and balances, rules and regulations, ways that you have to check to make sure those drones are ready to fly. So every time we do an inspection, I do as a professional pilot, and we have to be able to teach them, hey, this is the way it's done, this is how it has to be, and this is what you need to know before you take off. So we go through it all. We go through the airspace, wind and weather, surroundings, understanding the mission, the props, the battery, sensors, understanding everything so that, hey, what the procedures are. That's very, very important. Very, very important. That's part of our core. We have very, very easy, high, like illustrated, examples that we can show kids, any kid, any person, so they understand exactly what you're looking at. Have to have these illustrations drawn out so that they understand, from throttles, yaws, roll and pitch. These are the basics that we're teaching them so they can get it. And anyone can utilize this, and you can teach this to anyone, but they have to be able to understand it. So that's why, we're very, very big into our illustrations and into our, drawing out the cartoons so that our students have, ability to understand it so they can, utilize these types of, this whole type of technology. Our signature activities, we have a lot of activities that we teach our kids, that we've literally put together. We have tons and tons of activities to keep them very, very busy. We go from lecture to mission, lecture to mission. Everything is relative, so they understand. And these are some of the activities we have so that the kids can literally keep them engaged at all times, so they can literally utilize their skills. Online learning methodology is very, very important. Literally, when we go to these schools and we really, really want to get, we're not just teaching, we want to make sure that they understand what they're being taught. you know, from the videos, the written narratives, the AR apps, puzzles, quizzes, the hands-on missions, live Zooms, or, you know, those are the things that these schools want to know. What exactly are they gaining out of that? Have they gotten better in their skills as a person? You know, are they getting better, you know, in science? Are they getting better in math? You know, this is all a STEM, wholesome curriculum that we put together to make sure that they can literally, you know, be able to get to the next level in life. So, you know, this is very, very important. We take this very, very serious. We're not just, hey, we're not here, hey, we're just flying a drone. We want to make sure you're going to be something. You're going to do something with your life. You're going to go on to do great things. You're going to solve problems, all right, utilizing a drone or, you know, issues, software, something that you know that you can literally change in the world. And these are things we need to make sure, you know, it's things we built out that our students will literally be able to utilize further in life. And our key learning outcomes, right? We want to make sure you get comfortable with drone flight, you know, safety, flight procedures, understanding navigational directional terminologies, you know, the checklist. This is the core. We want to make sure our kids, students, adults, teenagers get this point so that, hey, when I put them in front of a huge company that we literally represent, the company's gonna be like, they check the box, they get the basics, they're ready to rock and roll, and they're ready to be hired or to become an intern to see exactly what their life and their outcomes would be. All right, getting into it, right? So drone soccer is our biggest sport here. It's the e-sport that we literally have taken on from grades 6th grade to 12th grade right now. So they're building, coding, and flying. It first started in Korea, came to Colorado, and now it's good old here in New York. And we're looking to expand our United States drone soccer team to everyone across the globe. We're doing a lot, building up these teams to be 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5. You know, I can show you guys a quick video, and then you know, we can have some questions from there. So this is really huge here. This is something that this is for core number 2 within our program. Our drone racing team, and once they're done with, you know, the drone soccer, you know, once they have their developed skills, it goes right into drone racing. Pretty sure everyone knows, you know, utilize like sitting in a cockpit, and we have a huge team here in New York. We're expanding out to creating more teams. You know, literally it does take a lot of discipline, a lot of fights, because a lot of practice, a lot of teamwork. Literally does take a lot of teamwork. You know, this is literally, you know, it could be tough, but it's not impossible. Start them young, or we can start them in high school, doesn't matter. We just want to make sure that they get these skills and developing so that, hey, we can showcase these skills to those huge companies that are dying for quality pilots. That's how we build these pilots, by utilizing, you know, controls. And this is a big thing for us. So we're part of a huge consortium, unmanned technology workforce. I represent just the first core in the company called ASGI. ASGI is Aerial Systems Group International. We have a 5-step process within our ASGI. We have a pipeline. That's where we create a huge pipeline. All right, we go through drone cadets first, right? Once you go through our program and you get through the flight school, soccer team, drone racing squad. You go next, you take your FAA certification exam for step 3. You prep you up for that, get your remote pilot license for step 3. 4, you're going to come back to me, or you're going to get some advanced drone operations courses, you know, getting you set up and ready to do telecommunication inspections, you know, start you off with photogrammetry, you know, get you trained up in LiDAR, you know, bridge inspections. These are the things that companies are looking. I'm just finding a niche with you to see where you fit at, so that you can understand, you know, when you go for that interview, we can place you in one of these companies. And if you're not even, if you don't even want to be a drone pilot, there's a lot of things on the back end I have in store for you. Software development, cybersecurity side. There's a lot of things that we do on the back end to get these boys and girls prepared. It's not only about being drone pilots, it's about being prepared for what your role and your niche is, so that you can be sustainable. That's what it's all about, being sustainable. And that's what we have, the 5-step process, but that's what we have in our unmanned technology workforce pathway. We build you, we make sure you're ready, you're a part of our pipeline, and you will always have a place with the drone cadets and the whole family once you're here with us. All right. All right. So I'm going to do a quick dive here into our quick old drone soccer real quick, show you guys real quick. We're going to go there. And then we're going to take some questions. We're going to take some questions. All right. So give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go to my website here. And here we go. Wait, let me get back into this. What's going on with me? All right. Let me share that screen again. All right. All right. Getting back into it. All right. So drone-cadets.com, you know, this is where our website is. We're going to scroll on down. All right. And this is where it's going to be. I'll find out more. And this is where it's at. You can check us out, drone-cadets.com. All information is there. And let me get this going. Let me make sure the sound is on. All right. I think the sound is on. All right, here we go. Let's play it out. Let me know if you can hear it. If you can't hear it.
No, we can't hear it.
All right, let me stop it there. And where in the world would sorry about that. Let me make sure we have the share sound. There it is. Boom.
And not only has this been a great competition today, Marty, but this is really the inception, the birth, so to speak, of competitive drone soccer, not just in Colorado, but in North America. Some extremely talented drone pilots, and it's going to culminate with the Phantoms and the Prowlers here in the final.
It's absolutely amazing. No one's ever seen anything like this.
Some rules to know. We are playing 3v3, but drone soccer can also be played 4-on-4 or 5-on-5. The players are piloting drones specifically designed to be able to withstand mid-air collisions. So this is a full contact sport. And each team has a striker designated by flags that will be hanging beneath the roll cage of the drone. And then the other 2 players on each team, their job is simple. Keep the striker from going through the goal and keep the other team from scoring. We will play 3 sets. We will play best of 3.
Phantoms in clear with red ball cages. Prowlers with black and yellow. They couldn't be more different, and they're in the air.
And we are underway here in the final, and immediately the Phantom score followed by the Prowlers. They are doing a great job and great piloting there by Breno to sneak his way through to score for the Prowlers.
Alden matches the record for the most goals scored by a striker in any set in the final set. Matching Breno, you couldn't have had a better matchup in the finals. It went the distance. Had the Prowlers won, we would have gone again, but the Phantom shut them down with some amazing defense. What a team, what a win.
All right. So there you have it. There it is. All right, there it is. So if anybody has any questions, you know, we are available. Let me know. We're available for you guys, for the world, and that's what we're here to do.
Questions. I don't think everyone has questions. They just have reactions because we're all spellbound.
You know, it's been a long road. I'm not gonna lie to you. We've but to get it right, but there's a lot more coming to it. So we have a lot coming to it. So it's been awesome. It's been an awesome journey. We're just expanding, you know, looking for more bodies, more educators, and just you know, just getting them more the word out. That's it, you know, so we create more teams.
Great. So Tony, a question to you would be, how receptive were schools initially when you started off? Were they keen to do this?
So in the beginning, so in 2016, when we first started this out, they didn't really see the concept. They thought drones were toys. I think what really happened was in 2017 when we had the Hurricane Harvey that hit us really hard in the United States, and they actually saw how CNN was covering how drones, you know, saved lives. And then they came back, was like, wow, we didn't know. And now, you know, people actually, you know, what it has to take some trial and error. So no one wants to be first, but they just need to see some proof of concept. That's what it comes down to, proof of concept. And once it proves all those concepts, it checks those boxes, then they're like, all right, let's build this out. Let's do a pilot. And from a pilot, let's expand. And that's how we expanded from the pilots. And, hearsay, people talking here. And that's, pretty much been pretty cool from there. It's been pretty cool there after that.
And have you tried working in countries or communities where, let's say, they don't have enough resources? How do they work with drones there?
So our first country we did was the Bahamas. So the Bahamas sometimes, it was really tough, especially with their schools. We had to bring in our own, so we had to bring in own servers. We had to bring in our own routers and all. So some of that, because a lot of schools they just didn't have the technology that matched up. So we brought it in and then we left it there. So a lot of times we have to bring in our own stuff, leave it so that they could get used to it. And then once the government of theirs gets, once they get, I guess they get like, hey, this is really helping the kids. Then they're like, all right, let's invest some more into it. So the Bahamas was our first trial with the Bahamas drone camp. We do that every year now. But in the beginning, it was tough. It was tough because, you had a lot of kids come from different areas. They didn't know anything. So we had to start from scratch as far as the learning capabilities. And, a lot of them never saw an iPad, never had one, never have a computer. So it's like, all right, you know what? We got to dial it back. So now that's when I opened up my eyes, like, we got to go from the base. So that's why we did the cartoon. We're like, hey, if the kids love cartoons. So I'm like, let's make some more cartoons so they can get the basics. And now, they watch the cartoons and we have like Zoom calls, and now we have Discord. So now that they're keeping up, and now we're gonna, since COVID's starting to dwindle down, I hope we're trying to reopen these camps again so we can get them back into it, because we have a lot in store for these guys. But the apps have helped out a lot, literally has. But I'm more of a guy who likes to be in the area. We have to do in person. That's the only way you're gonna really get the real effect. But thank God for Zoom, I guess, right? We wouldn't be able to connect like we are. So, but hopefully we get better. And now other countries we're going into, we get Curacao. We have in Africa, we're literally trying our best to get over to Somalia, but it's tough because now some of the borders are closed off. It's been really, really tough. So we're just literally just doing what we can by supporting virtually, which I hate virtually, but hey, it gets some of the job done, but it doesn't really get the job done. But as long as we're giving the kids support, that's what's important. Hey, and I get to see them on the back end of my applications, and we get to, like, all right, they did their courses, they passed their quizzes, their understanding, and now, we're just trying to get them hired to these cool companies, like we robotics. Those guys have a lot of opportunities in areas. So then, connect those guys to make sure they're connecting. A lot of cool things going on. Just a lot of technology. Just want to give out to everyone so they can, be on the same totem pole. That's what it comes down to. Oh, I appreciate that, Narad. I really do. All right, Kevin, thank you very much. It looks pretty. Thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate you guys. It is a huge roadmap. It's a big roadmap.
People are already downloading your app, and it's been amazing having you, Tony. You've given us goals, like serious goals.
Yeah.
Do something, do it this way.
Yeah. So if anybody, if you guys ever wanted to, expose it out, we're here. I told you, the stuff is free. We literally just want to make sure everyone gets at least an opportunity to have it in their homes, use it, and then throw me some ideas what you want else into the app. Because once we put into the blockchain, that's the biggest thing. So then now kids can earn some type of money. So blockchain is the biggest next thing we're going next. So or NFT. So let's do it. I'm here for you guys. Really. All right.
Great. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for having you here. I mean, we are so grateful.